Yeah, good afternoon. Here we go on a tour around the Thanda Safari savanna. It normally takes about 20 minutes to drive around, so I sped it up about 4 times. So you don't have to wait for 20 minutes to get all around. This was an evening game drive towards the evening, and the sun was already quite far down when I started driving around, first in an easterly direction. Saw some wildebeest here, some zebra, little one sticking right next to mom. You can see in the background quite a lot of more zebra and wildebeest. And also we'll drive on, and we're gonna pass on the left side a waterhole called Mgankla Dam, one of my favorite places on Thanda. You'll see it here, off the corner of the eye here. There we go, that's on the left. And then drove on, and when I came across, this is now crossing the savanna a little bit, and ran into a white rhino bull. He was just walking across here, scent marking the territory, having a quiet time in the afternoon. He was a bit nervous, it was very windy, but when I stopped the car and stood there for a while, he calmed down quite a bit. The footage here was taken with an iPhone, so you can imagine how close he was when all this happened. And we drove on, and now crossing the main road that crosses savanna, which is called Pagama. So we'll do that in a minute. A lot of zebra and wildebeest around. No giraffes today though. They're often on the savanna at that time of the day, but the day I recorded this, there weren't any around. The background, you see some of the Thanda mountains. And now we're going to start driving towards the west. You can see we're driving into the sun now. So we're on top of the savanna. And speeding down here, that's usually not that fast. And then I started stopping twice. First to take some pictures of a little jackal, black-backed jackal. And from the same position, more or less, a grey heron. There's actually 2 of them. A beautiful, beautiful bird. Walking around on the savanna that evening. Still driving in a westerly direction, and then we had to stop again here for some zebra pictures. Beautiful evening light, and it wasn't far. Then I ran into some impalas. Impala at this time of the year are what's called rutting. The males are actually fighting for the females, and you will see they run around a lot when they do that, because obviously they chase one another. So here I take some panning pictures of an impala running across the savanna, chasing another impala. And as the sun went down, you see now the shadows getting very long. I drove on to a little waterhole just on the edge of the savanna called Sulela Dam. And when I came up to Sulela, I realized that the rhino we saw before had now crossed the savanna, sort of met up with me again. And so I decided to wait a bit and take some video. So I used a very long lens to take a video with long lens, no depth of field, which I love very much. It's very dramatic. So he is crossing actually Pagama, the main road that crosses the savanna. It's coming straight with me. I sat very still and was very quiet, and so he came right by the car, as you can see here. And when he was finished going by, then basically the sun started really failing. The video actually looks brighter than it actually was. So I started putting on my lights and my spotlight and returned back to home, back through base camp, and that's the end of this day's drive. Thank you very much, and have a good night.